the McDonnell Douglas F-14 Tomcat and its upgraded variant, the F-14D Super Tomcat, remain among the most legendary fighter jets in aviation history. Developed for the United States Navy in the late 1960s and introduced into service in the 1970s, the F-14 was a product of Cold War era defense strategies aimed at countering Soviet threats. The aircraft's twin-engine, variable sweep-wing design, and advanced radar systems made it a formidable force in air superiority, fleet defense, and even precision strike roles. The F-14's development stemmed from the United States Navy's need for a high-performance fighter that could defend carrier battle groups from Soviet bombers and cruise missiles. Earlier Navy aircraft, such as the F-4 Phantom II, lacked the necessary long-range engagement capabilities, leading to the creation of the Tomcat under the Navy's Naval Fighter Experimental (VFX) program. Grumman, a company with a strong history in naval aviation, won the contract to design and build the aircraft. The first prototype flew in December 1970, and by 1974, the F-14 had entered service with the U.S. Navy. One of the defining characteristics of the F-14 was its variable sweep-wing design. This feature allowed the aircraft to adjust its wing position depending on speed and mission requirements. When flying at low speeds, such as during takeoff, landing, or dogfighting, the wings remained extended to provide maximum lift and maneuverability. At high speeds, the wings would sweep back, reducing drag and enabling supersonic flight. This adaptability made the F-14 one of the most versatile fighter jets of its time. The F-14 was also distinguished by its powerful twin Pratt & Whitney TF-30 engines, which gave it a top speed of over Mach 2. However, these early engines were prone to reliability issues, leading to the development of upgraded models in later versions. The introduction of the General Electric F-110 engines in the F-14D variant significantly improved the aircraft's performance, enhancing thrust, fuel efficiency, and overall reliability. Another key feature of the F-14 was its advanced weapons and avionics systems. The aircraft was equipped with the powerful AWG-9 radar, which allowed it to track multiple targets at long ranges. This radar system was paired with the AIM-54 Phoenix missile, a long-range air-to-air missile capable of engaging enemy aircraft from distances of over 100 miles. This combination gave the F-14 a distinct advantage in beyond visual range (BVR) combat, allowing it to engage threats before they could get close. In addition to the Phoenix missile, the F-14 could also carry AIM-7 Sparrow and AIM-9 Sidewinder missiles for medium and short-range engagements, as well as a 20mm M61 Vulcan cannon for close-quarters combat. The cockpit of the F-14 was designed for a two-person crew, a pilot and a radar intercept officer, RIO. The RIO was responsible for managing the radar, weapon systems, and navigation, allowing the pilot to focus on flying and maneuvering the aircraft. This division of labor was particularly important in high-stress combat situations, making the F-14 an effective multi-role fighter. Throughout its service life, the F-14 played a crucial role in numerous military operations. It first saw combat during the Iran-Iraq War in the 1980s, as the Iranian Air Force had acquired a number of F-14s before the 1979 Iranian Revolution. Iranian Tomcats proved to be highly effective against Iraqi aircraft, achieving numerous kills despite challenges related to maintenance and parts shortages due to sanctions. The F-14 also played a key role in U.S. military operations, including the Gulf War and conflicts in the Middle East. During Operation Desert Storm in 1991, the F-14 was used primarily for combat air patrols and escort missions, ensuring air superiority and protecting coalition forces. Later, in the conflicts in Afghanistan and Iraq, the F-14 was modified to carry precision-guided munitions, transforming it into a strike fighter capable of conducting ground attacks. In the 1990s, the F-14 underwent a major upgrade with the introduction of the F-14D Super Tomcat. This variant featured several significant improvements over earlier models, including new avionics, a digital flight control system, and more powerful General Electric F-110 engines. The F-14D also received the IN/APG-71 radar, which provided enhanced tracking and targeting capabilities. With these upgrades, the F-14D was more capable in both air-to-air and air-to-ground missions, solidifying its place as one of the most advanced fighters of its era. Despite its impressive capabilities, the F-14 was eventually retired from U.S. Navy service in 2006. The main reason for its retirement was the high cost of maintenance and the availability of newer, more efficient aircraft such as the F-18E/F Super Hornet. The F-14's complex variable sweep wing design required extensive upkeep, and as technology advanced, it became more cost-effective to replace the fleet with modern aircraft rather than continue upgrading the Tomcat. While the U.S. Navy retired the F-14, the aircraft still holds a special place in aviation history and popular culture. One of the most famous appearances of the F-14 was in the 1986 film Top Gun, which showcased the aircraft's capabilities and cemented its status as an icon of military aviation. The movie's depiction of high-speed dogfights and aerial maneuvers helped introduce the F-14 to a global audience, making it one of the most recognizable fighter jets in the world. Even after its retirement, the F-14 continues to capture the imagination of aviation enthusiasts. Many decommissioned F-14s are preserved in museums across the United States, allowing people to see the aircraft up close and appreciate its engineering marvel. The aircraft's legacy also lives on through video games, documentaries, and scale models, keeping the spirit of the Tomcat alive for new generations. The Iranian Air Force remains the only active operator of the F-14 today. Since acquiring the aircraft in the 1970s, Iran has managed to keep its fleet operational through domestic upgrades and reverse engineering efforts. Despite international sanctions and a lack of spare parts, Iran has reportedly developed its own modifications to keep the F-14 in service, demonstrating the aircraft's durability and long-term viability. The F-14 Tomcat and its final variant, the F-14D Super Tomcat, represent a golden era of fighter aviation. With its powerful engines, advanced radar systems, and versatile design, the F-14 was a technological marvel of its time. Its ability to engage enemies at long ranges, perform high-speed intercepts, and adapt to multiple combat roles made it one of the most respected and feared aircraft in military history. For aviation enthusiasts, military historians, and fans of high-performance fighter jets, the F-14 remains an enduring symbol of American air power. Its impact on naval aviation, its role in key military operations, and its iconic status in popular culture ensure that the legend of the Tomcat will continue to inspire for years to come.